A teenage girl walks out of her house one evening and disappears. No phone, no note, just silence. 3 days later, her phone rings once and then switches off forever. The family says she was kidnapped. Police think she never left the house alive. Then 6 months later, her body is found in the woods. But what confuses everyone is this: her earring was found near her garden gate. The other one, over 100 kilometers away. And the biggest question, if she was already dead, who answered her phone? She wasn't famous. She didn't have enemies. She was just a normal teenage girl living in a quiet town with a family, school friends, and a future full of dreams. But on one rainy Thursday evening, she stepped outside her house and never returned. No screams, no struggle, no camera footage, just one open gate and a single earring on the ground. At first, everyone thought she had run away. Maybe a fight at home, maybe something emotional. But 3 days later, her phone rang once. One ring, then silence. The investigation revealed something darker than anyone expected. Because the people closest to her weren't telling the full truth. There were missing messages, deleted photos, and strange behavior no one could explain. And when her body was finally discovered months later, wearing the same jacket she left in, police realized this wasn't just a disappearance, this was murder. And the killer wasn't a stranger in the shadows. It was someone much, much close. It was October 14th, a cloudy Thursday evening. 17-year-old Aisha Khan stepped outside her small house in Muradnagar to get some air, as she told her brother. She didn't take her phone charger, no extra clothes, no cash, just her hoodie, her headphones, and the keys to the gate. She never came back. At first, her family wasn't too worried. She had walked out before, usually after a small fight, or when she wanted space. But by midnight, her phone was off. By morning, the panic began. Her mother called her friends. Nobody had seen her. Her brother checked social media. No posts, no stories, no last seen. They went to the police, who didn't take it seriously. They thought she had run away, like many teens do. But something didn't add up. Because that same evening, their neighbor's CCTV caught something strange. At 8:43 p.m., Aisha can be seen stepping outside the gate. She's wearing her favorite denim jacket, but in the same frame, the gate swings open again exactly 30 seconds later, and no one walks in or out, just open and close. That footage would become the first mystery in a case full of twists.
2 days later, during a desperate search around the colony, her brother Fahad noticed something lying in the grass outside the front gate. It was a small, gold earring, the kind Aisha wore every day, but it had dry blood on the back clip, and there were faint drag marks on the muddy ground just outside the gate, leading toward the alley. The police were called again. This time, a proper FIR was filed. The house was checked. Her room looked untouched. Bed made, phone charger still plugged in. Her school bag on the chair. But the phone was gone. And her mother remembered something chilling. She had called Aisha's number that night, and it rang once before going dead. That call happened 3 days after Aisha disappeared. So who answered her phone after she was possibly already dead? Police began to investigate Aisha's personal life. They questioned her friends, classmates, teachers, looking for enemies, secret relationships, anyone suspicious. They found messages with an older boy named Rohan, a college student she had recently blocked. Rohan was questioned. His phone was seized. But location data showed he was at a wedding in another city the night Aisha vanished. He was ruled out. Next, they looked at a tuition teacher she had complained about once. He had no alibi, but no motive either. Another dead end. The investigation started to go cold. Then something strange happened again. 1 month after her disappearance, Aisha's Instagram account was reactivated for 5 minutes, just long enough to remove one photo, a picture of her and her brother, taken in their backyard. the same backyard where the CCTV had captured the open and closed gate. The signal came from within 5 kilometers of the house. Almost 6 months after Aisha vanished, a hiker near the Balanga forest, about 100 kilometers from Moradnagar, spotted something unusual: a torn piece of denim hanging on a bush. And beneath it, a human skull and bones, partially buried under dried leaves and soil. Police rushed to the scene. The victim was wearing a faded blue denim jacket, just like Aisha's. DNA confirmed it. The remains belonged to Aisha Khan. But something was even more disturbing. Next to the body, in the soil, lay a matching gold earring, identical to the one found outside her house. Blood on it had faded, but the design was the same. How did one earring end up outside her gate and the other 100 kilometers away? And even more haunting, her phone was never found. The case now officially became a murder investigation. Police returned to the home. This time, they questioned Fahad, her brother, more aggressively. He had been the last person to see her alive. He had found the first earring. And his name was tagged in the deleted Instagram photo. Under pressure, Fahad broke. He confessed. That night, they had an argument. Over something small, something stupid. He said she talked back, called him controlling. He claimed he just lost it and pushed her. Her head hit the corner of the stairs. There was blood. He panicked. He thought she was dead. So he dragged her body outside the gate, planning to make it look like she had run away or been kidnapped. But before he could do anything else, she woke up, half conscious, bleeding. So he put her in his car and drove for hours. And somewhere near the forest road, he strangled her to end the suffering. He dumped her body in the woods and kept her phone. He answered the call 3 days later, only to switch it off permanently and throw it into a river. The deleted photo? He panicked again when police started digging deeper. He thought removing it would break the trail, but it only made it stronger. Aisha's family was shattered. Her mother had lost her daughter and her son. Fahad was arrested for second-degree murder and destruction of evidence. He claimed it wasn't planned, but the court didn't agree.
The judge called it a murder born from ego, not accident.
Today, the old gate where Aisha walked out still stands, but her mother never locks it anymore. She says, "If she ever returns, even just as a breeze, I want nothing to stop her."